The time is 6:30 and a quorum being present, I call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is Agenda Item A, extension permit for order of conditions for Taylor Goodrow, 100 Breckenridge Road, Assessors Map 111, Lot 68, DEP file number 305-1174. My understanding is that this is just a 3-year extension for a wall, a retaining wall. Is there any other thing we want to add to the record? That no work has been completed at this
No work
point?
has been completed at this point. Nope.
So it's just a 3-year extension. Any questions or comments on
I have
that
nothing.
from the commission? Pretty standard. I'll take a motion to approve the extension permit for order of conditions. Is there a second on that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Are you Taylor?
Yes.
We just approved your order of your extension.
Great.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Sorry, we went too fast.
Is there anything else I need to do?
You just,
Call you tomorrow.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Well, thank you for coming. All right, agenda item B is public hearing, notice of intent for John Baldarasso, 913 East Street, Assessors Map 102, Lot 52, DEP file number 305-11, I'll start that over, DEP file number 305-1223. Is there anybody here for that? If you're not planning on speaking, and the only thing that's changing, but if you can stay in the audience, but if you need to speak on anything, please come up and introduce yourself. So this public hearing, it was for 913 East Street. We discussed it last meeting. It's just for some cleanup. I forget the exact project narrative, but we were just waiting on the DEP file number that was not issued in time for the last meeting. So is there any questions or comments on this?
No questions.
I'm good.
All right. So this is a public hearing. If there's anybody in the public who would like to, actually, before I do that, I'm just going to read out the special conditions. I may have done this last meeting, but I will do it again now. All right. So conditions include the applicant shall install and maintain perimeter controls around the area of work to prevent the deposition of debris into nearby resource areas. Perimeter controls shall remain in place until all areas of erodible materials have been stabilized at the site. These controls shall act as a limit of work. No equipment can be stored or work done past that point. Prior to any construction activity commencing, the following must be completed. ESCs shall be installed by the applicant or an agent of the applicant, and the conservation agent shall install and approve of all the installed ESCs. Any salt storage, temporary or permanent, must be sitting on pavement and always covered by tied and weighted tarps or other waterproof material or structure. And then if plans are required to change to obtain zoning or planning approval, a minor modification must be submitted to the Conservation Commission. Any discussion on those conditions? Not hearing any. Now, this is a public hearing. Anybody in the public who would like to make a comment, now's the time to do so. I ask that you go up to the podium and introduce yourself. And not seeing anybody rise, could I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. And could I have a motion to approve the notice of intent as discussed at the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Agenda item C is an enforcement order for Frank Zioli, 175 Pringle Street, Assessors Map 109, Lot 45. So this is, I'm not sure how we're going to want to handle this one. Originally, the property They took down a couple trees. They seemed to be very understanding about the tree. They just said, yeah, we issued the violation notice, and they said, yep, whatever you decide we'll do. And we had talked about this a few weeks ago, and it was just, replant the trees and, not a big deal, mistakes were made, whatever, we'll move on with our lives. And then I guess more work had been done to kind of, in the 25-foot no disturb zone. Abby, you tried to go out there and do a site walk, but either nobody was home or something. And then, so the enforcement order was issued because they've now taken like the soil down, or the land down a couple inches, so it's just bare dirt, and they removed the stumps. So we kind of upped it to the enforcement order. It's just the person is being very non-responsive at this point. So I don't know what we want to do. Like, we can ratify it, I think, under the condition that, I think under our standard enforcement order conditions would be create a restoration plan, including like the current, the former state of what the property looked like, the current state, and how they either plan on bringing it back to the original condition or, manicuring the property in a way that fits in line with wetlands, like, replanting trees, adding wetland seed mix. And, I don't want to step on anybody's toes and say, oh, you can't use this property. Like, there's
No.
a middle ground of like,
Mr. Chairman, I'll just say it, is you told them you shouldn't have done it, and then they proceeded with more work.
Yeah,
In
that's-
spite of that. So I think we need to go to the next step and let them come in and visit us.
yeah. So the other option is, and we had an enforcement order maybe a couple years ago at this point, that had started. I was unaware of how much the state was kind of trying to be like, we'll take it over. So that is an option if they're, I only bring that up because if they're non-responsive now, that might be, we can try to, let's have a discussion, let's, put a restoration plan into effect. And if they still don't do it, I kind of think we should just go like,
What do you think, Linda?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's clear that they have cleared this land because they're going to be storing construction equipment there. It's there now. And there's a reason why they took all those trees down and took it down to the ground. And it shouldn't be there in a wetland. I'm really
Yeah.
concerned about that. So I would say give them one more chance to come in and then just kick it to the state.
Your opinion, Abigail?
So I just want to note that so I issued the enforcement order. So at this point, I'm requesting that you all, well, not requesting, I'm asking if you all would ratify it, ratify my action. In the enforcement order, I wrote that the conditions were that they would come in, or they would have a restoration plan submitted to include the planting of 10 trees that were at least 3 feet tall, as well as reseeding the area with wetland seed mix, but I did not specifically request their attendance in a meeting. So if you all would like them to attend a meeting, I would just ask that you include a condition in the ratification of the enforcement that they attend, X meeting.
I don't want to speak for everyone, but since they went and worked the land on top of knowing that, then this is clear disdain for, this couldn't be more plain to me. So I say we tell them, yeah, you got to come in with a restoration plan, and if they don't come, then it goes to the state.
do we want to specify like
30 days. Give them 30.
Well, I specify in the sense of like, typically, it would be either a notice of intent or an RDA. I think if it had all gone according to the way it should have gone, it would have been an RDA.
Correct.
And we may have pushed back about exactly how you do this, assuming that it wasn't a parking lot for construction vehicle, would go.
A mistake is one, but clear,
Yeah, yeah.
it's clear what they're up to.
So under the enforcement order as it is now, as long as you all ratify, they do have to not file a permit, but submit a plan. Once you do the enforcement order, we can't back
Yeah, but
permit
we
that.
don't know how much earth was removed there. We have no idea. I think
Yeah.
we force them into an NOI and have someone give us specific of what the soil is and, because what else, what's they gonna come with a plan? They say, it'll be 6 months from now, we'll be talking about the same thing.
I don't, this is I'm missing this on my part. I don't know how that would work within the confines of the enforcement order. I think we can require it, but you would have to amend the existing enforcement order to require the NOI submittal. Or you can require the NOI submittal at a later.
They basically disregarded the enforcement order, correct?
The enforcement order was recent, so the previous issuance were violation notices.
Okay.
So they're sort of it was sort of more casual, just, notices of a violation, and then when those were not complied with, I then went forward and issued the enforcement order, which has to be sent to the state. And
Common sense dictates, we tell you can't cut trees down, you can't go stump it out and grade it. So I'm with you folks, whatever you want to do. I just, I think they need to come in with a plan.
Yeah.
Review it. And at that point, we can make a call.
I guess I would like to either not limited to one or the other, but like the work is already unpermitted. So any additional work, a restoration plan, it's only permitted via the enforcement order? Is that how that would work? Is that their?
to the best of my understanding. Yeah.
So, all right, so,
I've been lucky that I've not issued a lot of these, so
Yeah.
they're,
This
sort
is
of.
almost uncharted territory here. A violation, and then they continued work in that area, so you did an enforcement order.
Correct.
So this is two boo-boos.
so how about, so currently the enforcement order, it just states to create a restoration plan, submit it to us, and then complete the restoration plan if we approve it. Because you can't make a restoration plan and go, actually, I'm going to do something completely different. It has to be within the scope of what we dictate essentially, right?
So, yeah, that's what it says right now, currently, yep.
So, yeah, should we ratify the enforcement order with the condition that either a restoration plan is submitted via either an RDA or notice of intent at the next meeting, or should we give them a little bit more time just to,
Well, it's not a growing season,
yeah, it's,
so, we would like some communication with them, or I'd like them to at least talk to you. So I say that, give them an option. I mean, ratify it and say, you got to do something here. I don't want to pigeonhole us either with an RDA versus an NOI,
Right.
because that is a cost to them.
Yeah, so any request I make, I do have to do it under an amendment of the enforcement order, so, I don't know how, I can add a condition that they submit the restoration plan as an NOI, or I can add a condition that they come and speak to you all at the next meeting, and then you all can amend further to require an NOI versus, an RDA, or however, however you all want to go. I just do have to write it down in the
What do you
enforcement
think,
order.
Dan? What's your,
I'm looking at the enforcement order in, at least the form.
Do you think it would be worth calling the DEP circuit rider and just asking her, which would be the best way forward if eventually, I think eventually this is going to go to the state because we're not getting any response and he's clearly not.
I
taking
think
it
the
seriously.
state is already like, they've asked if we want to take it over.
No, I spoke to them just about some administrative, I wasn't sure how to mail or anything like that. So they are aware that there is an enforcement order in progress, but they haven't received it yet as it hasn't been ratified.
Yeah, all right. My preference would, let's keep it here in town.
Let's see if we can
Yeah.
solve it here locally, yes.
Yes.
And if they just refuse, then.
Yeah, but given the non-response, like, there's only so much we can do. I'm not in the mood to chase people down like we've done with past enforcement orders.
Abby has tried. She went.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
So-
let's ratify it with the condition that they must produce a restoration plan before us, and we'll make a decision whether it's an RDA or an NOI.
Do I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. All right.
And was there a specific date that you would like
I
them to
think-
be at the meeting?
I would say it's not a growing season, so we can't, what do you think, for the new year, or?
So we have one meeting before the new year, and it is the 17th
Yeah,
of
let's not do
December.
that. Let's do, what do you think, end of January?
End of January seems,
End of
I believe
January?
it's the 24th.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
So that's to come in with a plan.
Yes,
Yeah.
they kind of come visit us with their restoration plan.
All right. Now, we just have a few emergency certifications. The first one, agenda item D, emergency certification for 1460 Whipple Road, Assessors Map 56, Lot 29. Is this for a field Title V? And it's just the typical field Title V? They're
Yes.
connecting to sewer? Any discussion on this from the commission?
Gonna do it.
Could I have a motion to ratify the emergency certification?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Agenda item E is emergency certification for 1025 Andover Street, Assessors Map 14, Lot 18. This is for tree removal, one or two trees?
One tree.
One tree, and it's the arborist has sent a letter
Yes.
recommending that this tree be removed. And I take it it's already been removed. It's,
I believe so,
Yeah.
yes.
any discussion on this emergency cert? Not hearing any. Could I have a motion to ratify the emergency certification?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. And agenda item F, emergency certification for 7 Mulberry Way, Assessors Map 63, Lot 50. This is also for tree removal. There's an arborist letter for 2 trees.
Correct.
Perfect. Again, I don't think there's much going on besides the removal of 2 trees. So if anybody would like to make a motion to ratify the emergency certification, I will take that now.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. That's all of the stuff for agenda items. The only thing left to discuss is there's a bunch of notifications. These are left over from last meeting, or are they new notifications?
So there are a few new ones. I have them all in the same folder for you all to look at. There have been a couple of additions. It's all National Grid maintenance and they're all, we're exempt and all that good stuff. But if anyone has any questions or concerns or anything like that, I'd be happy to reach out to the folks that issued the notifications.
All right. Any discussion on that? Not hearing any. I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much. Next meeting is December 17th, 2025.